Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive into a comprehensive tutorial on connecting an HTML form to Google Sheets using Python. This process involves several steps, from setting up your Google Cloud project and enabling the necessary API to writing the Python code that interacts with Google Sheets and creating the HTML form that users will interact with. We'll cover everything thoroughly. Project setup and prerequisites. Before we even start coding, we need to get our Google Cloud environment prepared. One Google account *, you'll need a Google account. If you don't have one, create one at https://accounts.google.com, https://accounts.google.com. 2 Google Cloud Platform, GCP, project *. Go to the Google Cloud Console, https://console.cloud.google.com/ https://console.cloud.google.com. If you don't have an existing project, create a new one. Click the drop-down menu at the top, which likely says select a project, then click New Project. Give your project a descriptive name, example formtosheets, and choose an organization, if you're part of one. Click Create. 3. Enable the Google Sheets API *. In the Google Cloud Console, navigate to the API library. You can search for API library in the search bar at the top or find it in the left-hand menu under APIs and Services. Search for Google Sheets API. Click on Google Sheets API. Click the Enable button. 4. Create a service account *. Service accounts are special Google accounts that can be used by applications, like our Python script, to access Google services. In the Google Cloud Console, go to IAM and admin - service accounts. Click Create Service Account. Give your service account a descriptive name, example Sheets API user. You can also provide a description. Click Create and Continue. Grant the service account access to the project. Select the editor role. This gives the service account broad access, which is often suitable for testing, but you should refine the roles to be more specific in a production environment, example Sheets editor role. For our simple example, the editor role works fine. Click Continue. Click Done. 5. Create and download a service account key *. This key is how your Python script authenticates with the Google Sheets API. In the Service Accounts page, find the service account you just created. Click on its email address. Go to the Keys tab. Click Add Key - Create New Key. Select JSON as the key type. This is important. Click Create. The key file, example credentials.json, will automatically download to your computer. Keep this file secure. Do not commit it to a public repository. It gives anyone who has it the ability to act as your service account. Rename this file to something descriptive like sheets_API_credentials.json. 6. Enable the Google Drive API, important for sharing with the service account. Go to the API library, as in step 3. Search for Google Drive API. Click on Google Drive API. Click the Enable button. 7. Create a Google Sheet *. Go to Google Sheets, https://sheets.google.com/ https://sheets.google.com. Create a new spreadsheet. Get the spreadsheet ID. The spreadsheet ID is a long string of characters in the URL of your Google Sheet. For example, If the URL is https://docs.google.com/spreadsheet/d/1bzmvs0xra5nfmdkvbdbzjgm/editgit=0, then the spreadsheet ID is 1bzmvs0xra5nfmdkvbdbzjgm/2yrbknnjp12s. Copy this ID. You'll need it in your Python code. Share the sheet with your service account. This is crucial. The service account needs permission to edit the sheet. Click the share button in the upper right corner of your Google Sheet. In the Add People and Groups field, enter the email address of your service account. You can find this email address on the Service Accounts page in the Google Cloud Console. It ends in @yourprojectid.im.serviceaccount.com. Grant the service account editor permission. Click Send. 2. Python code. Now, let's write the Python code that will handle the interaction with Google Sheets. You'll need to install the Google API Python client and Google Authlib2 and Google Auth-O-Authlib libraries. Here's the Python code. Explanation of the Python code. Imports. We import necessary libraries from the Google API Python client, Google Authlib2, and Google Auth-O-Authlib packages. These libraries handle the authentication and communication with the Google Sheets API. Scopes. This defines the permissions we're requesting. https://www.googleapis.com/auth/spreadsheets grants full access to Google Sheets. This is usually fine for simple use cases, but you might consider using a more restricted scope like https://www.googleapis.com/auth/spreadsheets.append if you only need to append data. *spreadsheet_ID replace your _spreadsheet_ID with the actual ID of your Google Sheet. This is crucial. *credentials_file replace credentials.json with the name of your downloaded credentials file, example sheets_API_credentials.json. *append _to_sheet, data, function load credentials the code uses service_account.credentials.from_service_account_file to load the credentials from the JSON file you downloaded. This is how the script authenticates as the service account. The scopes argument specifies the permissions the service account is requesting. Build the service service equals build, sheets, v4, credentials equals creds, creates a service object that allows us to interact with the Google Sheets API, version v4. Append data sheet equals service.spreadsheets, gets a reference to the spreadsheets resource. Values equals data converts the input data into a list of lists. The Google Sheets API expects data to be in this format, even if you're only adding a single row. Body equals values, values creates the request body containing the data to be appended. Sheet.values.append.execute, makes the API call to append the data to the sheet. Spreadsheet ID equals spreadsheet_ID, specifies the ID of the Google Sheet. Range equals sheet1, specifies the sheet within the spreadsheet to write to. Change this if you want to write to a different sheet, example sheet 2, my sheet. Value input option equals user_entered, specifies how the input data should be interpreted. User_entered means the data will be treated as if it were entered manually by a user. You can also use raw if you want the data to be treated as raw values. Insert data option equals insert_rows, specifies that new rows should be inserted to accommodate the data. Asterisk result equals, execute, executes the API call and returns the result. Asterisk the code then prints the number of cells appended and returns the result object. Asterisk error handling asterisk the try, except block catches HTTP error exceptions, which can occur if there are problems with the API call, example invalid credentials, incorrect spreadsheet ID, insufficient permissions. 3. HTML form. Now, let's create the HTML form that users will use to input the data. Create an HTML file, example index.html. Explanation of the HTML form asterisk. Asterisk basic HTML structure asterisk sets up the basic HTML structure with a head and body. Asterisk form, the form element defines the HTML form. Asterisk ID equals my form, gives the form an ID so we can easily access it with JavaScript. Asterisk action equals /submit, specifies the URL to which the form data will be sent when the form is submitted. We'll handle this URL in our Python web application. Asterisk method equals post, specifies that the form data will be sent using the HTTP post method. Asterisk input fields asterisk. Asterisk label elements provide labels for the input fields. Asterisk input type equals text, input type equals email, input type equals tel, these are the input fields where the user will enter data. The ID and name attributes are important. The name attribute is used to identify the data when it's submitted. Asterisk submit button, input type equals submit, the submit button triggers the form submission. Asterisk JavaScript asterisk. Asterisk event.prevent default, this line prevents the default HTML form submission behavior, which would cause the page to reload. Asterisk new form data, form, creates a form data object from the form. This object makes it easy to access the form data. Asterisk object.from entries, form data, converts the form data object into a plain JavaScript object, where the keys are the name attributes of the input fields and the values are the values entered by the user. Asterisk fetch, /submit, uses the fetch API to send a post request to the /submit endpoint. This is where we'll handle the data in our Python web application. Asterisk method, post, specifies the HTTP method. Asterisk headers, content type, application/JSON, sets the content type header to application/JSON, which tells the server that we're sending JSON data. Asterisk body, JSON.stringify, data, converts the JavaScript object containing the form data into a JSON string and sets it as the request body. Asterisk the try, catch block handles potential errors during the submission process and provides feedback to the user. 4. Python web application, Flask example. Now, let's create a Python web application, using Flask, that will receive the form data from the HTML form and append it to the Google Sheet. Explanation of the Flask application asterisk. Asterisk imports asterisk we import necessary libraries from the Flask framework, and also import the append _to _sheet function from the script you created earlier. Example, if your script is named Google _sheets _integration.py, you'd use from Google _sheets _integration import append _to _sheet. Asterisk Flask app equals Flask _name creates a Flask application instance. Asterisk at app_root / this defines the root for the root URL / asterisk def index, this function is called when a user accesses the root URL. Asterisk return render _template, index.html, This renders the index.html file, our HTML form, and sends it to the browser. Make sure index.html is in a folder named templates in the same directory as your Python script. Asterisk at uproot, /submit, methods equals post, asterisk this defines the root for the /submit URL, which is the URL that the HTML form submits data to. The methods equals post argument specifies that this root only handles post requests. Asterisk def submit, this function is called when a post request is sent to the /submit URL. Asterisk data equals request.get_JSON, this retrieves the JSON data sent from the HTML form. Asterisk name equals data.get, name, email equals data.get, email, phone equals data.get, phone, extracts the individual data fields from the JSON object. The .get method is used to safely retrieve the values, returning none if a key is not found. Asterisk sheet_data equals name, email, phone, creates a list containing the data to be appended to the Google Sheet. The data needs to be in the same order as the columns in your sheet. Asterisk result equals append_to_sheet, sheet_data, calls the append_to_sheet function from your Google Sheets script to append the data to the sheet. Asterisk response asterisk return JSON IFA, message, data submitted successfully, 200, if the data is successfully appended to the sheet, the function returns a JSON response with a success message and a 200 OK status code. Asterisk return JSON IFA, message, failed to append data to sheet, 500, if there's an error appending the data, the function returns a JSON response with an error message and a 500 internal server error status code. Asterisk return JSON IFA, message, an error occurred during submission, 500, if any other error occurs during the process, the function returns a JSON response with a generic error message and a 500 internal server error status code. Asterisk if __name _equals _main __:: this ensures that the Flask app is only run when the script is executed directly, not when it's imported as a module. Asterisk app run, debug equals true, starts the Flask development server in debug mode. Debug mode provides helpful error messages and automatically reloads the server when you make changes to the code. Do not use debug equals true in a production environment. V running the application. 1. Save the files * save the Python script, example appy, the HTML file, example index.html, and the credentials file, example sheets_API_credentials.json, in the same directory. Create a directory named templates and put index.html inside it. 2. Run the Flask application * open a terminal or command prompt, navigate to the directory where you saved the files, and run the following command. This will start the Flask development server. You should see output similar to 3. Open the form in your browser * open your web browser and go to http://127.0.0.1:5000. You should see your HTML form. 4. Enter data and submit * fill out the form fields and click the submit button. 5. Check the Google Sheet * open your Google Sheet. You should see the data you entered in the form appended to the sheet. 6. Troubleshooting. * error, file or directory not found or no such file or directory when loading credentials * double check that the credentials _file variable in your Python script is set to the correct path to your credentials file, example sheets_API_credentials.json. Make sure the credentials file is in the same directory as your script, or provide the full path to the file. * 403, Forbidden error *. This usually means that the service account does not have permission to access the Google Sheet. Verify sharing *. Make sure you've shared the Google Sheet with the email address of your service account and granted it editor permission. Check scopes *. Make sure the scopes variable in your Python script includes the correct scopes for accessing Google Sheets. Example https://www.googleapis.com/auth/spreadsheets. Service account enabled *. Ensure the service account is enabled in your Google Cloud project. Data not appearing in the Google Sheet check spreadsheet ID double check that the spreadsheet _ID variable in your Python script is set to the correct ID of your Google Sheet. Check sheet name double check that the range you're appending to, example sheet 1, is the correct sheet name in your Google Sheet. Inspect the result add print, result, after the result equals sheet.values, .append, .execute, line to see the raw response from the Google Sheets API. This can often provide clues about what's going wrong. Flask application not running make sure you have Flask installed, pip install Flask. Check for syntax errors in your Python code. The trace back in the terminal will usually indicate the line number where the error occurred. 7. Security considerations. Never commit your sheets_API_credentials.json file to a public repository. This file contains sensitive information that allows anyone who has it to access your Google Sheets data. Use a more specific role for the service account in a production environment. The editor role grants broad access. Consider using the Sheets editor role, which only allows access to Google Sheets. Consider using environment variables to store sensitive information, example the spreadsheet ID and credentials file path. This makes it easier to manage and secure your application. Input validation sanitize and validate the data received from the HTML form to prevent security vulnerabilities such as cross-site scripting, XSS, and SQL injection, if you were storing data in a database. Flask provides tools for this. 8. Further improvements. Error handling in the HTML improve the error handling in the HTML form to provide more specific feedback to the user about what went wrong during submission. Client-side validation add client-side validation to the HTML form to prevent users from submitting invalid data, example incorrect email format, missing required fields. This reduces the load on the server. Asynchronous submission use async/await in the JavaScript code to make the form submission asynchronous. This will prevent the browser from freezing while the data is being submitted. Use a database for more complex applications. Consider storing the form data in a database instead of directly in Google Sheets. This provides more flexibility and scalability. Authentication/authorization if your application requires users to log in, implement authentication and authorization to protect the form and the data in Google Sheets. This detailed tutorial provides a solid foundation for connecting an HTML form to Google Sheets using Python. Remember to replace the placeholder values with your actual credentials, spreadsheet ID, and file names. By following these steps and considering the security recommendations, you can build a reliable and secure integration between your web form and Google Sheets. Good luck!